All right, this match is just about to get underway. Coming up after this, we have number 4, Andre Perea versus number 5, Anthony Herrera. And then rounding out our quarterfinals, number 1, Jake Bredenbeck versus number 8, Christian Longoria. For those of you at home that want to follow along with the draw, you can do so at bit.ly/San Luis 15. These are 2 Mexico players against each other. Rodrigo Montoya from Chihuahua, Mexico, and Alex Cardona from Juarez, Mexico. Looks like Montoya will start off serving. Those of you that want to interact with us, we'd love to hear who you think will move on to play Bobby Horn tonight in the semifinals at 5 p.m. So hit us up on Facebook at World Arball Tour.
Right off the bat, ace serve.
Opening with an ace here in game 1. And Cardona with a side out. Definitely one of the stronger and seasoned players here on the WRT. As Bobby touched on, he is one of the consistent top 3 players here, consistent semi-finalist and finalist on the WRT. And notably, one of the players who takes the most time getting into that service box. Second serve.
Yeah, he's got his pre-shot every time on his first serve. Second serve, he kind of just, if he's going lob serve, he'll kind of just lob it in, but usually he has that long pre-shot routine. Pre-serve, I should say, excuse me. Already we're seeing the speed of Montoya. Very athletic, wiry too. He's not a skinny guy, not too skinny, strong. I believe Jaime Martel actually told me that he does a lot of CrossFit, so we've seen another player that just won Juarez Open who does CrossFit as well. They seem to move well and be in good shape.
Yeah, Alex Landa, definitely a CrossFitter. Rodrigo Montoya to get here in the first round, played against Gil Mejia, defeating him 15-9, 4-15, and then coming back in the tiebreaker to win 11-4. And then his next opponent, he defeated Jaime Martel, also from Chihuahua, Mexico, 15-12, 15-8. Alex Cardona having a bye in the first round, and his first opponent he beat to place him here in the quarterfinals today was Jordi Alonso, defeating him 15-11, 15-5. Again, you can follow the draw on R2 Sports by going to bit.ly/San Luis 15.
Replay. It's not necessarily a legal serve. I don't think the ref is calling it right now. His racket's passing that doubles line on the serve. If I'm Cardona's coach, I'm telling him to move his spot. What a get.
Wow. That just hit the front wall.
That's an avoidable hinder. What a rally.
Quite the display there from Montoya.
Yeah, that was awesome that Cardona even kept himself in that rally. He made 2 amazing
Incredible gets.
followed by a Montoya get. He just couldn't get it out of his own way.
Some really competitive matches so far here today, as we saw in our first match between yourself, Bobby Horn, and David Ortega. And it looks like they're setting the tone again here in our second match. We have Alex Cardona against Rodrigo Montoya. Big serve from Cardona, returned by Montoya.
It's very solid.
Definitely one of the power players here, Alex Cardona, on the WRT. Cardona is playing with the new Beltran racket, which I noticed you were also playing with, Bobby. Can you talk a little bit about how that new line feels?
Absolutely. I actually just switched from the 165 quad to the 170 teardrop this year. It's kind of a decision I made over the off season. I had a little bit of a break here since Juarez, and I just decided I need a heavier racket and get a little more power in my shot. So I switched that, and I couldn't be any happier with it. I mean, I'm hitting the ball harder than ever, and everybody at home, if you want to try a really good racket, go ahead and check it out on gearboxrv.com, and you can get yourself a racket that, I mean, I added 5 miles per hour on each side, easy, maybe more. So I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Some new racket technology going into it. Got the special Beltran signature on there, and a little note to commemorate his mother as well, one of the biggest supporters for Alvaro Beltran. So get on Gearbox RB and check out the new racket line.
That's really good. One thing you'll notice about Montoya is he really plays side to side, gets his opponent moving, and he plays the ball real tight on that side wall, so he's always kind of, he doesn't strike the ball. Sometimes he pushes that ball on the line, and it gives people trouble. So it's tough, especially when when you have that much speed.
Some fast racquetball so far here in game one.
That's tough. And Cardona thought it hit him. I thought it was a clean rally all the way through. As a player, it's kind of hard sometimes to see in there, and then as a ref, it has to be very hard to see. I mean, it's this glass with the glare coming in from the above us. It's sometimes difficult to see off this glass wall, but well, you know, you got to just play sometimes. I would like to see Rodrigo mix in some Z serves and whatnot with that drive serve, keep Cardona off balance a little more. Missing an easy setup for Montoya.
Going for maybe a softer touch there in the front.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Exactly. What happened is he's going for that easy touch, but he's not accelerating his racket through the ball. So when you decel your racket through the ball, usually you duff it and you hit the ground first. You don't make it there. You got to strike that ball. Even if it's less power, you still have to swing through that ball to make that shot.
Oof. Nice placement there from Cardona, forcing Rodrigo to move around the court and getting that point. Short serve. Big swing from Montoya there, but an error from the deep in the court. Gonna be another point for Cardona.
Nice shot. Very, very nice. Good, nice, solid pass, not off the back wall. One other thing that you mentioned is that they had the junior tournament last week, and Rodrigo played last week. So he has a whole nother week on these courts, which are a little different. The front wall has some like tile on the front. As you guys can see on the camera, you can see a different color.
Yeah, a bit of a unique court. I haven't seen many tiled walls in the front.
Awesome shot, awesome rally. My point is that Rodrigo Montoya might have a little bit of advantage in that aspect of that. He's used to these courts a little bit. They're a little bit different bounce than most courts that I play on and most courts that I've played on. So could be a factor in this match.
Sure, maybe adds a little bit more comfort and confidence there to his game.
It's a week and a half extra on this court and Cardona has a couple days, so you never know. Just solid. Do we know how old Montoya is?
He is 19 years old. This is actually his second WRT event and his second pro event ever. He just turned pro this year, 2015. His first event was in Juarez in June.
It's impressive.
Yeah, he's been playing for 9 years.
Good get.
Oh, we're going to keep playing.
Oh, he almost had it.
Nice effort there from Montoya.
So funny, Cardona's putting his hand up thinking everything's two bounces and just brings me back. I play, like you said, on the first tournament I got to play Montoya. I somehow beat him that match, but I was putting my hand up the whole time too. I'm like, there's no way he got to it. But sure enough, that kid gets to everything. Wiry, quick, fast.
Really scrappy player. Yeah, he was saying earlier when he was a kid, he saw Beltran play, and that inspired him to want to start playing racquetball. So something nice to note. I think he's
that's awesome.
Changing his equipment there.
Yes, I just actually brought his rackets from San Diego. He's actually going to use Beltran's racket.
Oh, awesome!
The blue and black one. So
he's going to get to play with his idol's racket,
yep.
Huh? That's pretty cool. He doesn't have it yet, though.
It's pretty awesome. When I first started playing racquetball about 10 years ago too, Alvaro was my favorite player.
Really?
And so it feels pretty cool to be able to use his racket this year as well. I mean, now I have to compete against him when I play, but
right, with his racket.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still really cool. It's pretty awesome to actually get to know Alvaro.
Yeah.
Even be on the court with him is pretty awesome. So, and to get to use his rackets,
absolutely.
Really good, especially since it's an amazing racket.
So again, for those of you that want to check out the new Beltran collection, go to gearboxrb.com. Check it out there. We'll also be in Atlanta and Sarasota, so if you guys are in the area in September, you could try the rackets out because Gearbox will definitely be representing there. For details on those events, go to our Facebook events page. We will be at the WRT Grace Warrior Open September 10th. That's in Atlanta. And then September 17th, we'll be at the Suncoast Open in Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, skip. I didn't see that very well. I thought it was good from this angle.
It is hard to see here. We're sitting up against the side glass, and there is a lot of glare. There's a lot of natural light here in the club, which is beautiful, but a little tricky, tricky to see the ball. Of course, we're playing with the official Gearbox ball, the black ball, which is also tricky to find.
That's really good. That's a very hard shot. He hit that from about chest high and flat rolls it. The one thing we can see up here is two bounces.
Yeah. We are playing at Centro Deportivo La Loma here in San Luis. Beautiful training facility, lots of athletes coming through here to train. Michael Phelps is trained here. They have several pools. 12 racquetball courts, at least 8 racquetball courts.
Yeah, it really, really is an amazing club. They have everything here. They have a million courts for every sport you can think of.
Yep.
Volleyball, soccer field, a restaurant, a bunch of stands selling fruit,
Tons
snacks,
of tennis.
a lot of tennis. They have actually had paddle tennis in the back of the club, and that's pretty awesome to have as well.
I think it looks like Montoya went ahead and took a timeout. We're going to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back after this with more of Game 1. And we're back live in Game 1 of our second quarterfinal here today at the 2015 San Luis Open. We have number 2, Alex Cardona from Juarez, Mexico, in the lead right now, 9 serving 3, against number 23, Rodrigo Montoya, 19 years old, out of Chihuahua, Mexico, and just placing second in the junior nationals here last week in San Luis Potosi. Like I always say, though, anything can happen here on the WRT, as we saw Bobby Horn, who's here with me, coming back from a deficit in our first quarterfinal match. He will continue on to the semifinals later tonight at 5 p.m., playing the winner of this match. Is that just something you like to do to keep it exciting, you know, kind of make everyone nervous in Game 1 and then come back to win 2 and 3?
No, not at all. That was just
planned.
a situation where Ortega was playing great.
Yeah, he's a strong player.
A little frustration on my part. I was a little frustrated with the referee.
That's right. We had a ref change there in Game 2.
Alejandro Herrera did a great job. I just wasn't seeing things the same, and that's how it kind of goes when you're in the mid. I'm not mad at it. I wasn't mad at anybody. I was just mad that I was just frustrated. So
sure.
Kind of gathered myself and came back. I mean, it's all about momentum, and I ended up getting the momentum there in the second game at a point, and I kind of was able to keep that going throughout the match, and just one point at a time is all I was thinking. It's the best way you can play racquetball.
It's a good attitude.
Speaking of one point at a time, Montoya needs to get back in the box, win this rally right here, get a side out. I'm trying to get a score here. I believe it's
10 serving 3.
10-3. Yeah, he needs to just get in the box. That's the main thing, and maybe switch up his game plan a little bit here.
This is Montoya's first quarterfinal with the WRT and his second ever WRT event.
Yeah, it won't be his last quarterfinal, that's for sure.
No, for sure.
He'll be in the quarterfinals a lot here in the future.
It's one of my favorite things is to see that kind of mix, you know, see all these up-and-coming players making their way and getting into the quarterfinals.
I don't like it at all.
I bet. Oof. Big rip there from Cardona.
All these kids have so much energy. I've had to train extra hard here over the last 2 months so I can keep my energy level up for the whole time.
What's it like playing here in San Luis? I know it's a higher altitude. No, I was playing a little volleyball earlier and I thought I was going to die. So how do you prepare for that high altitude?
You know, you can't really prepare for it unless you live in altitude.
Yeah.
So I live at sea level, so it's impossible. But I trained my butt off for the last 2 months and really got in shape, and that's kind of the way you can prepare for it. The main thing that's tough about these courts and playing racquetball is that bounce. So much faster.
With that tile wall or because of the altitude?
Altitude makes the ball go quicker, yeah. And that tile wall has a lot to do with it as well. It's got no give to it, so it just hits that wall and flies off real fast. And you have a guy like Cardona, Jake,
who doesn't
Ortega,
need to be any faster.
They don't need to hit the ball any harder. It's just it's already hard enough as is. So just the main thing, you got to keep yourself in good shape, keep fit, and that's what all these guys do, and that's why they're able to play at this high level, and that's why all these guys are in the quarterfinals. And Cardona's just cruising now. Very simple game plan. Drive, serve, set up.
2 away from potentially closing out Game 1 here. Cardona, very natural racquetball player, natural power.
I don't know if you've ever asked Cardona, does he remember the first time he grabbed a racket, or was he too young?
You know, if I spoke more Spanish, I'd love to ask him. Maybe you could ask him, because I know you're minoring in Spanish right now.
Yep.
It'd be good practice for you, then you
Absolutely.
could translate it to me.
That's really good. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I'm going to have to ask him if he remembers starting. I'm sure he started when he was
first started with a racket.
About 6 months old, probably.
I was talking earlier with tournament director Fabian Perea, who runs a lot of the juniors programs here at San Luis Potosi, and he was saying his son Andre has had a racket in his hand since 6 months old.
Believe it. I believe it.
Andre Perea will be playing in our next match coming up after this against Anthony Herrera, so you'll have a chance to see him there.
Could be some fireworks there.
Oh,
I think that'll be a good match. Control versus power.
It's been a great draw so far this weekend.
Oh, great get.
Nice get.
Great get.
Oh.
Just working hard. Cardona wants a hinder. They're not going to call that.
So what's the rule with the ceiling? Because I saw it did hit a couple times in your match as well.
You know, if it hits that light and it bounces funny, it's supposed to be a court hinder. But, I mean, usually it's kind of hard for the ref to see it. Usually when they see it to the ceiling, they're not watching the ball hit the ceiling. It's kind of just something like, okay, it's going to the ceiling, it's going to come to the back court, and they start focusing on the back of the court. So,
well, it's got to be a little tough because the ceiling is not flat, or am I just seeing the reflection?
Well, it's plexiglass over, like a plexiglass under the light.
Over the grating.
So it's kind of got a little give to it. Sometimes it hits a crack or kind of hits a funny spot on that glass, and it kind of hits a dead spot. So, in my opinion, you just got to play the ceiling ball stuff, unless it takes a really bad bounce, and then you should replay it. But if it takes a decent bounce, just play it. No reason in stopping. And I think this is the game plan here. Get the serve in, make Cardona shoot from the back of the court, just dig balls, re-kill when Cardona misses. This is the best opportunities that Montoya's getting. And now he's got 3 straight points here, I believe. 6-13. And that's just tough.
4 in a row for Montoya. Looking comfortable out there on the court. Looks like Cardona's going to call a timeout. We're going to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back in just a moment with more of Game 1. And still going.
Cardona doing a really good job. I think the referee needs to get him going here a little bit, letting Cardona slow the game down a lot right now. He's taking about 3 minutes now on this timeout. We got him. There you go. That's a good shot. And Montoya has now found a serve, shooting well. Now he's at 8 serving 13. He's going to need a big, huge run here to see if he can keep it going.
Yeah, Cardona had him contained there at 3 points, but now 5 in a row for Montoya.
Yeah, and this is awesome right now. I mean, even if Montoya happens to lose this game, which right now he's looking like he might, he has a lot of momentum and a serve that's given Cardona a lot of trouble. So this is a good moment for Montoya in this match. Tough.
Great playing here from Montoya. Some serious mental focus too for a young player. He's only 19 years old. 7 points in a row now on Cardona. It's got to be frustrating to be up by that much, and now anything can happen, and it's 10 serving 13.
You couldn't say it better. Composure from this kid is unbelievable. He has complete poker face the entire match. Once in a while I see him crack a smile, but besides that, he's all business. And right now, he's making a comeback and all the momentum. If I'm Cardona, I'm taking another timeout right now.
Yeah.
That's 8 points in a row. You got to stop something. It's not looking good at this moment. Oh, and I thought that was going to be a replay. But,
finally, a frustrated side out there for Cardona, taking some of his energy out at the front of the court.
Well said. Very well said.
Taking his time there in the service box, too.
Talking himself a little bit, actually, trying to get himself back in a rhythm.
Yeah. If he can get these 2 points, he can close out Game 1.
Short serve, good call, great call. Very tough call too, because that was like right on the line.
Yeah, I think we're in a good position here to see the serves, but it's tough, that glare.
Solid. Very good. Montoya back in the box. Held him. 11-13. It's a good hold. Good shot. Cardona searching for a call right there. And it's not looking like Cardona can return the serve very well right now. Let's see if he can figure out something. Maybe go to the ceiling. Maybe go a little bit of a wide angle, something to throw Montoya off. Montoya's just sitting in the center court and reshooting all day. It's going to be good. Coming down. Oh, and he got it. Side out. 13-12.
What a way to come back in game one and keep it super tight. We've seen some great competition here. Our first quarterfinal was 2 hours, and it looks like this one's going to be about the same.
Yeah, we could be in it for a really long day of racquetball.
We could be here for a while today.
As a fan at home, you guys, I hope everybody's enjoying it. It could be a phenomenal day of action.
Lots more. This is only our second quarterfinal. There's 2 more coming up after this. You can check the schedule there on Facebook at World R-Ball Tour.
Replay hinder. What match do we have next here?
Coming up after this, we have number 4, Andre Padilla, versus number 5, Anthony Herrera. Lots more competition here, and our final quarterfinal would be Jake Bredenbeck versus Christian Longoria.
Great serve by Cardona. And a skip ball. Wow.
That is tough. Some definite frustration there from Cardona, as Montoya is now in a position to potentially tie up game 1.
Unbelievable how he has this poker face the whole game. His face doesn't change the entire match, just whatever about everything, but plays amazing. Right
and there he goes, tying it up, 13-13. Some great racquetball he had. Cardona really comfortable there in the beginning of the match. Excuse me, the beginning of the game. And now Montoya looking super comfortable and confident.
It all comes down to serve and serve return. I mean, that's racquetball for you. If you can serve well and return well, you're going to be successful no matter what. And right now he's serving great. Oh, and he skips it.
Here's a second opportunity now for Cardona to get some points and potentially close out game 1.
There's what I was looking for right there. The first sign of frustration from Montoya. A little bit of, he knows to kind of let himself down right there, but, you know, right back into it and see if he can keep that same cool, calm, and collected
It's got to be
demeanor.
tough as you're making this crazy comeback here in game 1 and then you skip it right at 13-13.
Well, he wasn't really feeling anything early on. He's just like playing, but now he's like, oh, I have a chance. He starts thinking about like, I can beat this game now, and that brings a little tension into your body.
And I wonder what that's like for the young players, you know, going up against obviously the number 2 and 3 here on the WRT, tying it up 13-13.
It's extremely tough, and right now he's still smooth, just crushing the ball. Great pass. Cardona still almost getting that, but just out of reach. Some yelling from Cardona, trying to pump himself up a little bit.
Yeah, what do you think's going through your head when you're so you had such a big lead in the beginning of game 1? Now you have this youngster coming back and completely threatening you. How do you stay focused out there?
That's a tough situation. You just got to kind of go with what you do in training. A lot of times what a lot of people do will try even harder to score those points. And when you start trying harder, you kind of get outside of just letting it flow, you know what I mean? That unconscious state of just rolling the ball, hitting the shots you know how to hit. And that's what Cardona needs to do, just not worry about to hit what he knows how to hit. And he can make all these shots a million times.
Play his game 1 point at a time.
Right there. He didn't hit the perfect serve, but he was in position and gets a point.
This will be his first game point in game 1, 14 serving 13. And I think that that's a big key, is being in position. This is game point for Alex Cardona against Rodrigo Montoya. Second serve.
Cardona switched his mind. It looked like he wanted to go double drive serve. Replay.
There it is.
Has to call that. Oh my goodness! And he calls a point. I thought Montoya had
a replay.
I thought Montoya had a chance at that ball. I mean, if he even has a little bit of a chance, he should get a replay. But you know, the ref saw it past him, and that's game 1 for Cardona. Great playing. Way to fight off that comeback. Let's see if Cardona can keep the momentum on his side after this game.
Cardona closing out game 1, 15-13. That means we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more action in game 2.
Can't complain.
Going to the semis.
And to be quite honest, I'd like to get some revenge on Cardona a little bit.
Yeah, you've matched up a couple times against Cardona.
Just once.
Feels like a couple. Cardona opening with the first point of game 2, but now the comfortable and confident Montoya stepping into the service box. Let's see what the young 19-year-old can do.
Back to that high lob Nick serve. And picking up where he left off last game.
Yep, kind of jamming Cardona up there in the corner against the side glass wall. And gives him his first point.
Skip ball. Montoya's doing something I like to call milking your serve for every single point. Yeah.
And how does he do that?
He's going with the serve that he's scoring the most points and sticking with it. And that's changing up too much, just getting every possible point out of that until Cardona figures out how to return it a couple times in a row.
Kind of sticking with what works and...
With this high lob Nick to his backhand. Just awesome. Controlling center court. If he's not in position, he's just pushing it down the line, making Cardona try to shoot something off his back foot. Re-kill, he's up 2-1 now. And there it is.
Nice return there from Cardona. Looks like he cracked the code on that serve.
And I'm pretty sure Montoya will stick with that serve anyways. You want Cardona to do that a couple times in a row before you start getting out of what you're doing. Since he started serving that serve, he has scored 12 points to 3 since he started serving that high lob, Nick. So you got to stick with what's working.
There's our GoPro view from the service line of Alex Cardona.
Hinder called.
And Cardona, one of our biggest champions here on the WRT, currently ranked number 3. He won the 2013 San Diego Champion, 2014 Sonora Open, 2014 Alamo City Open, 2015 San Diego Open back in January, and his 5th title was the 2015 Cali Open in May.
Great gig. Cardona keep him on the defense here. I think that was a point. I believe so. I believe the ref said 2-3 right now. It's kind of hard. The microphone's a little muffled. I'm on the side of the court. Not right next to the speaker. So we'll get the for sure score here on this next rally for you guys at home. Skip ball. 3 serving 3.
Tying up here in game 2. Coming up after this, we have another quarterfinal for you at home. Number 4, Andre Padilla, the current 18 and under junior Mexican champion. And number 5, Anthony Herrera. Nice side out there for Montoya. Still looking cool and composed out there, which is interesting because Cardona is one of the most composed players out here on the WRT. Doesn't show much emotion, so we're seeing 2 pretty serious players right now on the court.
Some composure competition.
Yes.
Some close composure competition.
And they're usually all smiles off the court, so it's funny to see their personalities change once they step out there.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We were talking about earlier this tournament how Cardona off the court is a complete goofball. It's like hanging out with a little brother almost. I mean, we're about the same age, but
he's a goofball.
He acts
so
like a little, exactly a goofball. He's acting always funny, always making jokes. Really fun guy to be around. And on the court, it's just strictly business. It's just interesting to see. Montoya, I don't know him off the court too much. He's pretty serious too when I've talked to him. So, but I don't know him too well.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit yesterday. Very nice, but yeah, I'm still getting to know Montoya, so it'll be nice. I know he wants to play more WRT events, so we'll get to know him as the season continues here in 2015.
Wow, great shot. And like we said before, there's so many young players here. A lot of young players get a lot of support from their sponsors and as well as the Reaching Your Dream Foundation. If you guys don't know about the Reaching Your Dream Foundation, go ahead and go to give2rydf.org. Check it out. Donate a couple bucks to the foundation. Keep a lot of younger players coming in.
Yeah, help grow the sport of racquetball and get
Absolutely.
players to events and help them reach their dreams of playing professionally.
And give them an opportunity. like I've had in the past year. I'm in a good situation because of them, and
Absolutely.
if you guys go on and donate, you're going to help a lot of young players like myself.
Bobby Horn,
come up and
Jake
able to play
Bredenbeck,
racquetball. Jake
Alex
Bredenbeck.
Cardona. Check him out at give2rydf.org. Wow, amazing get there from Montoya as he runs
Oh, what a rally.
back. Oh, wow. Great rally in game 2 as it's super competitive here. Again, like we saw in game 1. Another long match here in our second quarterfinal. But like you said, Montoya long, stretches out, fast, gets everywhere. Already an hour into this match here in game 2, and it's only 4 serving 3. And this is only the quarterfinals. Going to take some serious recovery here for these guys to continue on to the semis tonight. That starts at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Oof.
Another easy shot, Montoya missing.
Big swing there from Cardona. Cardona, like we said, using that new Beltran racket. He has the 170 teardrop as well. Check out those new rackets lines from the Beltran collection and Gearbox at gearboxrb.com. Great rally there. Some serious swinging, though, from both players. Fast rally. Cardona now with a bit more of a lead here in game 2, up by 3 points. The biggest spread so far in game 2. Cardona now gaining momentum here in game 2 with a couple points in a row. Looking more confident now. Looks like Montoya is going to go ahead and take a timeout and break that momentum from Cardona, and so are we. We'll be right back after this.
We're coming back many years here in the future.
Yeah, it's a great stop.
And this is where Cardona's dangerous. He gets that lead, and he can just go for everything. If he's on,
it's like a lead and a hunger, though, because he was leading in game 1, and he seemed comfortable. But now he seems like you're saying, like that dangerous, like.
Yep, going for everything.
I'm gonna abuse you now.
Yeah, going for every shot. If he he's going for a roll at he's rally ending. He did a similar thing to myself in Seattle, where I was really tight first game. Second game, he just started going for every serve, every shot, and he's super dangerous when it comes to that.
Nice get from Cardona.
Awesome shot. I know I got a message just now from all the guys at Mariner Square in Alameda, Oakland area. Just want to say hi to everybody and thanks for watching and all the support at home. It's been awesome to have so much support from the Bay Area and as well from Stockton as well. So thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned and watch everybody and support all the other guys just as much as myself, please.
Yeah, lots more matches to come. Tell your friends and Thanks for sharing the World Racquetball Tour.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2 nice, well, a side out and a point there for Montoya, but nice hits. I mean, it comes off so low. What can you do? And again, you see Cardona positioned there, comfortable in the middle, but his feet are set and he doesn't have to move for those swings. That gives him all the power. Cardona now with the biggest lead so far in game 2. He won game 1 15-13, so if he can close out game 2, he'll face Bobby Horn in the semifinals tonight at 5 p.m. And our next match is coming up. We'll face each other in the semifinals, those winners. We'll see Andre Perea versus Anthony Herrera right after this, and then we'll close out the quarters with Jake Bredenbeck versus Christian Longoria.
Things are starting to unravel a little bit for Montoya. Missing some easy shots. Center courts misses, setting up Cardona. It'd be a good time for him to take a timeout. It's something I always tell everybody, take your timeouts. I know when I play, I try to take all 3, even if I'm winning the game, unless I'm winning easy. I mean, I take a lot of timeouts.
You have any advice on when to take those timeouts? Because I know, like, I saw Ortega taking them once he gets into the service box, which I think we don't see as often. Normally, it's, you know, players are more frustrated, they take that timeout.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the player.
Sometimes it's a power move, yeah, when you're in the service box too. Ooh.
Wow, that's really, really good. Phenomenal shot by Montoya. And my rule of thumb is 4 points in a row, call a timeout. Sometimes 3 if I'm feeling like I'm really losing some momentum. Obviously, a wet glove's a timeout. A situation where you lose a really, really big rally, long rally, that's usually a momentum shifter, so I call a timeout if I lose that rally like that. And just kind of how I take my timeouts and how I've learned from my coaches.
Good advice. Tough there in the corner. Montoya, yeah, looking a little frustrated. As we said, he doesn't usually show too much out there on the court, but he's looking frustrated. You can see that body language change a little bit.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, exactly. His body language. Not moving as quick right now. Maybe a little fatigued from playing 2 tournaments in a row.
And already a really long match here, over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes.
2 matches. You guys get 3.5 hours of racquetball. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
I swish I was watching instead of playing sometimes. Which I guess I am watching, but
right
sitting on my couch, maybe some ice cream, popcorn.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a pro diet.
Well, that's if I wasn't playing racquetball.
Oh, got
here.
it.
Exactly.
If you weren't a pro, got it.
Exactly.
Nice return there from Montoya, deep in the court.
There you go. Nice shot. And Montoya found another serve. Another one. Lob, backhand Z to that backhand.
That was
taking
hard
notes
to
right
see
now.
against the glass. I'm not going to lie, I kind of thought that skipped.
No, it was a good shot. It just kind of, I mean, it's coming right
It's
at
hard.
you. He literally hit it right at your face, so. Cardona not cutting this one off, letting it come off the back wall. Skip ball. And we might be in for another run here. Rodrigo Montoya finding another serve, getting some weak returns.
He's got 2 points in a row and kind of forcing Cardona to go ahead and take that timeout. And so will we. We'll be right back with more of Game 2.
a bunch of people at home, and they have maybe 10 to 20 lessons a week, and it's kind of how I'm able to do this. Again, I can thank everybody there. Elaine Dexter, Ken Stone for setting me up with the job at the Club Sport in Pleasanton, where we have an event actually each year.
That's right.
And without that, I couldn't play racquetball. That's the honest truth. I can play racquetball through this, but pay my bills and whatnot, it's really fortunate for your lessons. So if anybody's watching from the Bay Area that's not taking lessons with me, hit me up.
Yeah, hit them up on Facebook, and they contact you that way.
David Horn.
They go like your player page, and then they can contact you through there.
Exactly. And a lot of people in the Bay Area have my number already. Shoot me a text. We can get together. And thank you for the people that already take lessons from me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great. And you're helping grow the future generation of racquetball. We love that.
Oh, that's a great shot. Here we go. Right back in the same situation as game one. See if Montoya can actually put it together. Finish this game. Still looking very composed.
Yeah, I think he almost smiled there, though.
I think he knows he's figured out.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel that momentum change.
Yep, and he's gone away from the lob backhand lob Z to the backhand, now to the lob next. So he's switching it up a little bit between those serves. He's found 2 serves that are working. This is a really good thing to notice if you're an amateur watching at home. Great get.
Ooh.
Wow,
Big rally.
and a great rally. Montoya kind of scrapping around, making Cardona miss. All right, 8 serving 10 now.
That's a 4-point run now for Montoya. As we saw him in game 1, coming with a big run at 3 serving 13. He came back to tie it up 13-13. He did lose game 1, but anything can happen here in game 2 as he gains these 4 points in a row.
Oh, that's tough.
Big return there from Cardona.
Nice and smooth. Gave it about 30%, just nice accelerated stroke, smooth pinch, making it look really easy, which that shot was not easy at all.
Right.
Ball maybe came off half a foot off the back wall. Amazing get.
Yeah, he's chasing him down. Wow.
Oh, he almost got that too. Great shot.
Pumping himself up out there, Alex Cardona, getting back into the service box.
I think he's pretty happy with himself. He hit the right angle there. I know he's been a little frustrated. He's missed some angles, so.
I think that's something that we've seen at least in the last 6 months, or since the beginning of the year. Cardona known for being a powerful player, but I think he is taking more time to mix up his shots and focus on maybe being more selective with his shots. Like once you have the power, sometimes that's not enough, right?
That's a great observation. I mean, before he was all power. Now he's got a little, he knows he can't win with strictly power, so he's definitely dialed his game in. All of us have gotten better because everybody's pushing each other, so he's had to bring his level up. Guys like Jake Bredenbeck who are ridiculously powerful, but with some quickness and stuff. He can't just pound, boom, boom, boom. So Cardona's definitely improved his game over the last 6 months, like you said.
And I think, like you said, everyone's kind of elevating each other by improving their own game. You're forcing everyone to improve as well, and it's nice to grow together. And I know a lot of players, train together or maybe come to the Bay Area to train with the WRT and get some new tips and start working those things into their game. So it's nice to see that here.
And 11-8. It's tough. Good focus. Cardona was in his way, and he still put that ball perfectly down the line. 8 serves 11. That's a great shot.
Some big swings there from Cardona in the center court, but had a nice angle on that to push it past Rodrigo Montoya.
Tough. Oh, I thought it hit the sidewall and came in good. Ref saw it skip.
Yeah, Cardona looked confident it skipped too, but there's a point for Cardona.
I wouldn't let that fool you sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed players have a tendency to be super confident about their own decisions out there.
Yeah, you see what you see, and usually
or you see what you want maybe sometimes.
Yeah, that happens with some players, definitely. Here it's pretty good. A lot of players here see the correct calls and are pretty fair all the time.
Yeah, we keep it honest here. In the
That's a
WRT.
great shot. Yeah, that's one thing I love about playing.
Play. Yeah. We're not giving out acting lessons. Cardona now 2 points away from potentially closing out the match and pushing himself through to the semifinals to face Bobby Horn for the second time. Ooh, tough ball.
Wow. And what a lucky ball. That ball hit sidewall, back wall, roll out. Didn't even bounce, just rolled.
All right, this means it's now match point for Alex Cardona.
And we got a smile from Montoya off the lucky crack. Just a little one, though. Nothing crazy.
Of course, Cardona going for the ace serve on match point. Definitely one of the biggest servers on the WRT. Usually going head-to-head with Jake Bredenbeck for aces in a tournament. A lot of high balls here in this rally.
Montoya not done.
Oof. Determined rip there from center court. And again, just really planted feet, comfortable, and can take that big swing. Don't underestimate Montoya.
If he happens to lose his match, it's a good showing for him here. First quarterfinal, playing Cardona very tough. It's really good. I hope he comes to more events. He's an exciting player to watch. And I'm not sure why he went away from what scored all those points in first and second game and will go with the drive serve, but maybe hope he can get back in the box and go back to what it was working. When you're in there, it's a little tough. Cardona looking at me and saying he's going to ace him right now. That's the kind of confidence you need, though. If you don't have that kind of confidence in your serve, you might as well not drive serve it. So let's see. Let's see if he holds up on his own. Ooh. Oh, and a skip ball. And match.
Well, that means Cardona takes the match 15-8 against Rodrigo Montoya. And a great second quarter final here today. Thank you, Bobby Horn, for joining me today for this second quarter final, and good luck tonight in the semis.
Thank you for having me.
That match was 1 hour and 22 minutes.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and everybody at home, stay tuned.
Yeah, come back and watch.
Watch the rest of the matches for the rest of the day. Should be good racquetball. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, get your popcorn, your ice cream. All right, that means we're going to be back in about 10 minutes with our next quarterfinal between Andre Padilla and Anthony Herrera.